Hey guys, it's Mathel here once again with the endgame and Uber Boss update for the Cleave build, which overall pleasantly surprising, but still a melee build, and my god, is that just not that much fun for Ubering. Sorry it took a little bit to get the video out, just, I don't know, got a bit sidetracked, a bit lazy on posting the video, but it is no indication as to how bad it went or anything like that. Don't get that too mixed up. The build overall in the end was pretty decent. Cleave itself, not too bad. I did try out sweep a lot. Not a lot, but I did try out sweep for a good few maps here or there. No actual bossing with it whatsoever, because I think cleave is better for bossing than sweep, and sweep is just nicer for AoE. Since cleave has a bit faster attack speed, that's why I think that for bossing it's just a little bit nicer. Overall, the +2 radius buff, I think it's mostly a meme. It, by comparison, added almost nothing when I'm just looking at it side by side. So, yep, cool, I guess. But obviously that was going to be the case. As you can see, the single target can be pretty good, though, using a Void Forge and just going to town. I think Cleave is actually probably one of the better skills in this type of a setup, so you need something that scales Fizz with extra Fizz damage to begin with, and then, I don't know, just a good skill at that point. So I think we have like Cleave, Lacerate, Sweep, Cyclone, and Cleave has the highest DPS of the lot and probably the most comfortable playstyle. Cyclone's an extremely melee build when it comes to endgame, and then Lacerate just doesn't have the attack speed or quite the DPS, I think, and likewise for Sweep. So yeah, I don't know, I guess it does have its place kind of after all. And basically, in the end, this build mapped really nicely. It went nothing too outlandishly fast or anything, because it is still just a fairly default melee build. And then killed regular bosses very well. As you can see, those types of 4-ways, pretty clean, pretty smooth. Since Slayer with a whole bunch of overleech and like good defenses, so he's got Fortify, some good armor, Spell Suppress Cap, and Molten Shell, actually went down pretty well. So even though I was wearing an Abyssus, you basically cancel that out with all of these other reductions. And then on top of that, we've got an oh shit button of Berserk, so if you press Berserk, you take a whole bunch less damage as well. But then also we use it for a bigger single target, just burst thing. Since our rage is fairly decently kept up thanks to just a little bit of regen, you could do a lot more if you really wanted to, just to keep up rage a lot more reliably and then do berserk more. But in any case, rest of the video is just about Uber boss fights and how frustrating it is about being melee for them. It's not the first time I've mentioned that. It's not the first time I've made a video with melee Ubers and just hated on it, but it is what it is. I'm always going to be trying a character against Ubers if it can take on all the other content pretty comfortably, and it definitely can. So I had to throw his character at all the Ubers, and as you can see, against things like Shaper, basically what your biggest problem is just your opportunity to attack is very low. But when you do get to attack, you need to make sure it counts. So if you've got a DPS, a melee build that doesn't have huge DPS, then it's going to be a big struggle for the Ubers unless you can face tank a lot of things. And I did that this league as the Pathfinder Shield Crush. That was basically a build that could face tank most things and had low DPS. So you can come from that perspective, or you can come from a perspective of trying to blow things up. If you're kind of mid-tier in between, which I think is almost where this character is, it does leave for slightly more frustrating melee kills, because a lot of the time you can't quite face tank everything, so you've got to do mechanics and just run around and be away from bosses and stuff, and then you're not quite capitalizing on your DPS window by like blowing things up quickly. So it's got to be one of those two extremes, I think, and obviously I'd say as softcore players we'd rather just go the extreme DPS route, so that you get through shit quicker, right? Like, who cares if you die a couple times? No big deal. So This is the Shaper that we just then saw. That went down okay. It's just a bit of a long fight, placing balls and dodging and stuff. Not too stressful. Uber Elder was going pretty well, and then it just really started to cascade at the very last bit because made a few mistakes. I think I got him to like 10% or something and didn't actually kill him in the end, but it's well doable, proof of concept and all that. Wasn't going to waste another set. We then had Uber Eater. I think I bricked one Uber Eater and then got him on the second try. It's just a bit of a clusterfuck. Once again, you rarely get any real uptime against the boss since he's constantly doing attacks, or the big attack, or running away and doing an attack, so it is a bit difficult, and then you really need to be able to tank like a lot of that interim phase stuff, or just blow him up pretty quickly. Once again, like I said, the character doesn't really blow him up particularly quick. It's got decent DPS, but it's not mind-blowingly just delete him when you get the opportunity to. So it was doable, it wasn't too bad, but in the end I respec into Cull just to finish off his last 20% because I was dying there. Same thing could have happened for Cirrus. It went really well up until about 30% life left. I don't think I died at all, and then I died like 4 or 5 times in a row against him, and should have logged back into Cull, or respec to Cull, but I chose not to. Chose to try and finish him off, and got finished off myself. But then my next 3 portals, he literally mazed me as soon as I entered every time. So it was a kill as far as I'm concerned, but it actually wasn't. It's just that he meteored me 3 times in a fucking row as I was re-entering, which by that point the maze was a complete mess of degen portals, and I couldn't leave the maze, was the problem. I then took a few goes at Uber Exarch, which just a bad idea, but I was kind of tanky enough to be able to do it, so I think I had 2 goes and it looked doable, and this was the 3rd attempt where I just went full focus mode kind of, and knew what I could and should be doing. Leap slamming around to avoid annihilation worked like a charm in the end. We can then basically avoid everything else as long as we play well, and I could tank plenty of the Minotaur attacks, so it's just about keeping your cool, focus, and actually getting through it, which was very difficult. So in the end, I did play about as good as I possibly could have and got the boss down to like, I don't know, 30% life, but my last 3 portals were essentially bugged out because as I was zoning back in, he had a disintegration just on my spot, and the entire arena was covered in bullshit trap things, so I couldn't actually move and like re-enter the arena because that disintegration just never left. And you'll see that in just a sec. But directly after that, I will leave you guys with the full Maven kill. So, tried Maven once, got her on the first try. It was very, very long, difficult fight. And yeah, it's just, it was kind of fun, but at the same time, man, it's not the kind of thing you really want to be taking a character that can barely do it. You don't really want to be taking it through multiple times. But either way, yeah, there it is. Some Cleave Ubers. I think they could all be done. I didn't actually do a couple of them, but they're definitely doable. We were just super close, and I wasn't going to waste another set for no reason. Either way, here's an entire Maven fight. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you very much for watching. See you guys next time. And then, like, mapping was good, lake was good, regular boss was good. Once again, Uber, melee, dog shit. And I think this is going to be the absolute pinnacle of that. Maven. So what I just experienced now, we ain't seen nothing yet. I think I can take some damage though at least, so that's nice. And damage ain't too bad. Okay, am I allowed to attack now? No. Oh, now there's more balls to drop. Okay.
Do what I say. Stand still. A cascade of pain.
Maybe I can tank that with a molten shell up. I think I can. Like, that's not awful so far. It gets much worse later. But it's not that awful. I probably want to kill some of these dudes off. Yeah, not having Frostblink's going to be a bit rough, eh? For the last phase. Just realized. For everything else, I think I'll be okay. Dude. Couldn't come up with a more melee unfriendly fucking dipshit, could you? Guy just covers half the arena in cancer. Thanks, video game. Trying to get some flasks back from these dickheads.
My spirits are spent.
I don't know, man. I don't think flasks are that worth against that combo of bullshit. Pretty trash bosses, if you ask me. Dude, I was barely paying attention to that. I need to be more on the ball.
Stand still. A cascade of pain.
Death made real.
Stand still.
I tried to go around her, and I think she body blocked me into that direction.
A cascade of pain.
Dude. Not dead?
Stand still.
My collection
Dead.
is complete.
Probably not the end of the world. How the fuck is there a ball down there for D-Gen?
Death will not be an escape.
Smudge.
Scurry, scurry. Stand still.
Death made real.
Do what I say.
Okay.
Stand still.
Like, legit, my DPS ain't even that bad at this stage. It's just that my opportunity to do damage is so bad.
Time controls.
Get a bit of uptime, and I can give you some uptime. Fucking, when do I get the chance?
Scary.
Excuse me? Who are those guys? How many freaking balls are there everywhere?
I can't do this just yet.
Yeah, I don't have any life flask if I don't kill any of these guys. Kidding me? That thing stopped way before it needed to. Can't get away. Woo! Alright, I gotta use flasks.
My irritation.
Yeah, no, not having frost blink is pretty fucked. Or any sort of blink. Not being able to go over the beams, it's too big a deterrence. Hindrance? Hindrance.
Scurry.
What the fuck was that?
A cascade of pain.
Okay, yep. Can molten shell through that.
Stand still.
Made real.
We now know. That's pretty good.
Do what I say. Stand still.
Death made real.
Is she gonna cascade me right now?
Do what I say. Take this.
The prettiest piece makes
Bitch, you
complete. Death will not
That
be
was
a
way too
mistake.
quick! I got out of there. She instantly fucking threw it at me. I was expecting a cascade anyway. I could probably just tank this, right? But then I gotta deal with the bosses afterwards. Totem probable? I don't think I had a totem up at that
Scurry,
point.
scurry.
Pretty fucked. I've got to deal with Kitava and Abarath for this. Hopefully, it's fine.
Do what I say. A cascade of pain.
It's not super fine, chat.
Stand still.
As fucking yeah.
Take control.
Stop
Nobody moved.
resisting.
Allowed to get touched by anything. Not even a life last.
Reality
Still nobody move. Everybody shut the fuck up.
punishment inescapable.
I can't get away from that guy. Had to jump into the DJ to break the beam. Press berserk just to go ham and get flasks back. Killed him. Next one spawns. Dude, do I fucking have 4 of them up or some shit at the same time? What the fuck is this?
I can't do this just yet.
What are these bosses? Fucking factory fucking harvest. Oh my god.
Stand still.
Death will
I
not
now
be
have to do
a
this without a frost blink or a
My spirit
dash.
is spent.
I don't think I can, to be honest. I think I have to go fucking regen.
Scurry, scurry. A cascade of pain. Stand still. Take this.
Okay.
A cascade of pain.
Can we agree that it's time for you to take some damage now?
Still.
Because it's just straight up worth popping berserk during this phase whenever I get a chance to do damage. Because rage will just come back up by the next time I'm allowed to do damage anyway.
It will not be an escape.
Scurry, scurry. Take this. A cascade of pain.
The prettiest piece makes
Ow!
the complete.
I didn't press flasks, and I don't think I had fortify up is the problem. I don't think I got a chance to attack yet. Like I need fortify up
Stand still.
to tank that.
Do what I say. A cascade of pain. Stand still.
Wee, I'm winning.
This.
Uh-oh.
A cascade of pain.
No! So close to losing already, dude.
Death will not be an escape.
Bitch!
scurry. Stand still. A cascade of pain.
Flawless victory. Would win literally every time.
Living toy must enjoy our contests, or it continues to play.
I mean, we're counting that Uber Elder as done, because obviously that would be doable. So 3 for 3 so far. Not too bad.